a.m.
Get your rush on with Jay Brooks and the Morning Rush on 98.7 Kiss Country.
Well, we got a little bit of rain this morning, but that's okay. We needed some of that. The ground is really getting cracked up there. I don't know if you noticed that, Pete, or not. Is your yard that way? Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that it was getting dry again.
Yeah, it's but it'd be nice to have a little bit of a rain. It's a nice rain that's coming down right now.
Yeah, we're not getting storms, we're not getting hail, we're not getting tornadoes, so this is probably the way to get the rain.
Yeah. And some pumps are going to start going off probably again here after today. And
mine was going when I left the house at about 6:40 this morning. So yeah, they're working.
Already?
Oh yeah, yep.
Even as dry as it looks on the ground, it's still that saturated underneath, huh?
Yeah, we live in an area that's pretty wet. It's not uncommon for the sump pumps to run. So it's kind of funny. It's like a chorus. If you're walking down the street, all you hear is the gurgling as the sump pumps kick water out. So yeah, it's pretty much up and down the blocks up there.
Oh man, I tell you. Yeah, mine ran will stop like every 15 seconds.
Yeah.
10 or 15 seconds here for weeks.
Right.
I was waiting for it to burn out.
That's spring.
Welcome to the Midwest.
There you go. You go.
Pete, lots of construction going on. Bridges being redone. You got rain holding things up at all, or what's all going on here?
Yeah, today's going to be kind of a in the office day for inspectors and contractors and everybody. So it's that's all right. You expect it in the spring. On the US 65 project, we were actually planning on doing some paving today, but that's not going to happen now, and we'll have to let everything dry out before it does happen. But hopefully soon you'll see some pavement going down. They have been progressing. They have removed pavement or are removing pavement between 10th and up to 15th Street. So work is progressing there. They're doing the underground work with the storm sewer, the sanitary sewer, the water lines, and like I said, it's progressing. So that's good news. Same thing in 122. No real changes as far as traffic control or everything. It's still head to head in the eastbound lanes. So work is progressing there again. Crescent Drive is closed, but you can get to Mercy for westbound traffic by using Mercy Drive. Eastbound traffic turns at Pierce and then takes a right away at 3rd. The bridge deck overlay projects between exits 193 and 194, so just on the 106, old 106 area north. We did get those done, and we did get the ramps open. So the goal was to do that before Memorial Day, so that is complete. So now we have moved to the next phase of that project where the inside lanes are closed between 106 and 122. And they are doing all the bridge deck overlays for the bridges involved there on the outside lanes. So just remember there will be an inside lane closure there. I-35, the reconstruction on southbound I-35 down in Franklin County. The crossovers are done and traffic has been moved to a head-to-head pattern in the northbound lanes. So be aware of that. And reconstruction will be getting going once the weather clears on the southbound lanes. The B20 bridge deck overlay on I-35 or over I-35. Things are going well. We hope to have the traffic control switched over by sometime next week. So that's good news. It means we're at least halfway done with that project. We just started the B60 bridge deck overlay that goes over I-35. That's at the Swaledale area, the Swaledale Road. Traffic control went up on Friday, so be aware of that. It is a temporary traffic signal if you're traveling through that area. And then the district rumble strip project that we've talked about, putting in centerline rumble strips. Only stretch we have left is on US 69 between US 18 up to Forest City. Work is continuing on that. So hopefully this will be done in the next week or so, depending on the weather. So that's pretty much wraps it up. Not a lot of changes as far as traffic, except for the B60 bridge deck overlay and the I-35 head-to-head down in Franklin County. But other than that, things are progressing. Today's obviously going to slow us down a bit, but like I said, it's spring and you plan for days like this.
Yeah, and the farmers are underway too.
Oh, without a doubt.
And that rumble strip, you'll be glad to know, Pete, a little report on that. They were there. But
Okay.
I never
Glad.
I never ran into them. It was all done.
Yep. No, it's a pretty fast process. Some of the places where we need to put down the centerline rumble strips, like the US 69 one we're just talking about, we have to do some repair to the center line, because if you put in the rumble strips, the center lines or the rumble strips may just do more damage to the concrete. So we have to do a repair project, and that's what they're doing right there in the center line on US 69 between 18 and Forest City. Then they'll come back and put in the rumble strips. So yeah, it's a pretty fast process. It's just a lot of them that needed to be put down.
Yeah, I was impressed because I went through and I go, oh, there's the rumble strips and there's no construction. I was able to drive all the way from Mason City to Okoboji this past weekend.
Awesome. That's a good trip then.
Yeah, I know it, but especially when I was wait for any construction. It's awesome.
So you probably got there early, because I'm sure you planned early and you gave yourself extra time and you weren't rushed.
Not at all. I didn't. I forgot about it until I got over towards the area. I go, oh no, I hope I don't run into those rumble strips.
I was going to let you know that it was going to be clear, but I thought, it's clear. He doesn't have to worry about it anyway.
It's Jay. It's his own fault if he gets caught up.
It's not like we didn't just talk about it 48 hours ago.
Exactly. Well, good. So you had a good weekend and no traffic up in the Minnesota area when you're going there, was it? Was it all?
Oh, no, there was some. There was some, I guess, just north of the cities on 169. There was some construction, and there's always construction on 494. So, but it wasn't bad. It was not bad whatsoever. So, yeah, we were up at my my buddy's cabin that I've been going up with him for about 30 years. So we went up there to open it up for the season and put in the dock and do all the spring chores. So it was a good trip.
Yeah, so boat's ready to go and
yeah, unfortunately, because of the weather, the lake level, we couldn't even get the boat in the water.
really kind of low.
Yep.
Is it kind of low yet up there?
Yeah, it is. It's we had about 36 hours of the weather we're getting outside right now up there, and then the other day was about a 40-mile-an-hour wind, and then we finally got a break in the rain our second to last day there, and we went to the landing, and there's people there. The county has people there who will make sure your live well is clean and everything. And I was talking to him, and he looked at me and he looked at the boat, and he goes, you guys may want to rethink this. And I said, oh yeah. And he pointed down to the landing, and there was somebody else down there with a boat that they were trying to get in that was about the same size, and trailer was backed all the way in, and water wasn't even touching the bottom of the boat. So
oh wow.
yeah, was not a good fishing trip, but fishing isn't always the priority on this trip. It's getting things ready and just kind of relaxing. So that was all right.
See, I'd have been like, hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah, they'd probably still be pulling you out of the lake or out of the sand, I should say.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. I mean, once we get through all this, it's really coming down now in town here. It's like, holy tamale, we don't need it to come down like that.
Yeah, we had a couple days, or like I said, well, several times where there was rain literally coming. I shouldn't even say coming down. It was sideways. It was blowing so hard and everything. And then the funny part was, Jay, I think it was Sunday morning. We had like a snow shower go through.
What?
Yeah, it was only about 20 seconds, but it was definitely a snow shower that went through. So lows were probably mid 30s, low to mid 30s, a couple days. So yeah, it was an interesting trip.
Oh yeah. How do you dress for that?
Yeah, you just take everything. And it was funny, the first day we were up there when we had like the 40-mile-an-hour winds, it was about 80 degrees. And 2 days later, I think the high was 45.
Right. I know.
Yep.
At this time of the year, you don't know how to dress when you go up north.
Just bring it all.
The nice thing about having your own place up there, you just keep clothes up there for all the seasons, or for
there you go.
Just in case, So I had sweatshirts, coats, everything else up there. But
no, it was, like I said, it wasn't the trip we had planned, but still had fun. Got a lot of chores done, and just kind of did it at a relaxing pace. So,
any mice at all?
No,
No.
nope, nope.
Okay. Yeah. I ran into a lot of people when I went up there to open stuff up for us. A
Yeah.
lot of campers had mice that got in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not that we saw anyway. And it's a small cabin, so
Yeah.
I think we would have noticed.
Yeah. Pull out the door and you see a few droppings. You know,
Yeah.
oh,
Nope. Everything was good in that way. So that's always a plus.
well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. You have a chance to watch any TV? You ever watch Caitlin Clark? A little basketball action going on?
The TV's pretty limited up there. We did kind of follow it on the phones every, here and there, just check in on it. But yeah, no, TV's pretty limited up there.
Yeah. Boy, quite the
Yeah.
old rivalry between Caitlin Clark and that Angel Reese.
Yep, sure is. And feeling what's one of those things that's going to continue while they're both in the league. It's not going to get any calmer, I don't think.
No, it's not. But you know what? I tell you what, Caitlin Clark has done a lot for the WNBA. That's for sure.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. The stats I can't remember, and I just saw it last night. There's some, and I'm just going to be approximate, but the amount of games that had over 1 million viewers for the WNBA from and again, I'm not going to get these years exactly right, but it was 2016 to last year. There were 0 WNBA games that had over 1 million viewers. From then to now, there's been 22 or 23, and they've all involved Caitlin Clark, I believe.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and every Fever home game sold out. Every Fever road game is sold out. Yeah, she's done a lot for the league, and I think I'm biased because I'm a Iowa fan, but I think she's handled it pretty well. There's a lot of eyes on her, and
Oh yeah.
I think she's handled it pretty well. Yeah, she's not always the most, what's the right word? She maybe has a temper. We'll put it that way. But
Oh,
I always go back to you look at Michael Jordan, look at Tom Brady, the people who are driven and have the intensity that just comes with it. So it's part of it, I guess. But yeah, no, it's amazing what she's done. I did see that the number of 20-point, 10 assist games in the history of the WNBA, that Vandersloot, who plays for Indiana. No, she plays for Chicago, I believe. I can't remember, sorry. And then Diana Taurasi. Diana Taurasi had 9 of those games. Vandersloot had 10. She holds the record for her career, 480 games she's played.
sure.
Caitlin Clark has 9 of those already. She's played 35 games or maybe 40 games. So yeah, it's pretty impressive what she's doing.
Triple double again this weekend, and
Yep.
That Angel Reese. I don't think there's a body in Iowa that loves her at all.
I think that's probably a pretty fair statement.
She's like the villain of the WNBA.
Yeah, that's exactly the role she's playing. It's kind of the if you remember the Bill Laimbeer
Oh yeah,
the Pistons, kind of morphing into that role the way it seems.
yeah. It's like, man, just play the game and don't worry about who's more popular or whatever.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately, I think that's a big part of it. I really, really do. I think jealousy plays into it a lot. And the thing is, she's an incredible rebounder. She really, really is.
She can't make a basket though, but
Shooting percentage is a little bit to be desired, but she is an amazing rebounder. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, the other stuff doesn't play into it and mess up with the on-court stuff.
you suppose what would happen if they were on the same team at one?
I'm sure attitudes would change.
Yeah,
but then again, who knows? I have no idea. I really don't think it'll happen.
I don't think so either. It'd be bad for the locker room, that's for sure. But always fun to watch. You got people talking about it. I mean, she's got people talking about it. At least
that's the thing. Yeah, like you just said, we listened on the way home yesterday. I listened to a lot of sports talk radio, and there were people talking about it. They were talking about the rivalry. They were talking about the foul. They were talking about Angel Reese's reaction, and people are talking about it. You're exactly right.
Angel Reese, she's a hothead.
She was not happy on whatever day was that. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Yeah,
but I don't think so. Who got the technical foul? It wasn't Caitlin Clark. It was the other gal. because
If I remember right, Caitlin Clark got a flagrant foul
yeah,
because they said she pushed after she did the foul. But then I think if I remember right, Angel Reese and Aaliyah Boston both got offsetting technicals.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the crowd went nuts when Angel missed those technical fouls too.
Oh yeah. No, that's definitely something that you're going to get a crowd reaction from.
I loved it. I was going,
Yeah, we just happened to pull it up on the phone, like maybe 2 minutes before that happened. So we did get to see that on a little tiny phone screen, but it was pretty intense.
it was. Oh, well, Pete, it's always great to catch up with you and find out what's going on. Of course, most importantly, road reports, but then you get a little sports talk in there too.
Oh yeah, and we should really touch on the Twins and the Timberwolves.
Yes.
Twins, 13 in a row before they lost on Sunday, and I think they got rained out last night. When I went to bed, they were still in a rain delay. And Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals starting tomorrow. Second year in a row they're in the Western Conference Finals, so it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, the Minnesota teams. Now, if their football team would ever show up,
yeah, they'll be fine. Pretty excited about that too, but I'm going to focus on the spring and summer sports for now.
we'll wait for the letdown at the end of the year.
Well, you got to remember, only one team wins the championship, so you can still have a good year and not win a championship. It'd be nice to win a championship, don't get me wrong, but
out comes Positive Pete. There
right,
buddy.
believe me. There's too much else in life going on that if you can't find positives in some of your sports teams, you're really going to be screwed.
Sometimes you got to really dig deep, pretty deep.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
Pete, have yourself a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you again next week. All right?
All right, thanks, Jay. You as well.
Well, here's a few